Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to my small backyard vegetable garden here in central Victoria. So far we have already had 2 early patchy frosts. I feel that it is early for us where I am, and not that I take note of frost dates or anything like that. I just feel that it's kind of early for us and it has caught me off guard, so I've had to just make up a little cover here for the capsicums and eggplants. I had plans to make a frame out of maybe piping and joiners, but I hadn't got that far advanced. So in the meantime of having frosts, I rigged up this along my tin fence. It's a very protected spot here where they are lined up against the tin, and I have just used my tomato cages with 2 painter's drop cloths that I had and some pegs. And after reading up on frosts and how you protect things, the most information I could get, and there is no guarantee that this is enough for them, that if you use a fabric cover, you mulch heavily in your pots or around the plants, keep them hydrated and water with sea salt, that most things come through a frost. So with that information, I am going to continue just having it all set up the way I have set it up. If our winters do get cold, then I will have to look into something else. But I'm liking the canvas. A bit of light comes through and the sun warms the tin. So as soon as it starts to warm up, they will be warm and they look pretty happy. I've changed over the stakes and made it a lot more user-friendly. Now that I don't have so many terracotta pots on the end of stakes, I've changed them all over to these metal ones, which were on my brassicas, and it is lower and a lot easier to lift the canvas up and put the canvas down. The cages have been very handy in that it's like a little ledge that I can just roll the canvas up on and leave it there during the day. I've also been covering up all the small seedlings and the seed snails just with a bit of hessian overnight, because I'm down here doing this anyway, so I may as well just give them a little bit of protection to help them on their way. These plants look really healthy. They've got flowers, they've got buds. I have been picking the odd capsicum, so for now I'm pretty happy with the way that they have settled into these pots and are liking where they are. Obviously, having my glass house up would solve all of this, but at the moment, the main focus for me is to make sure my 4 garden beds are in place and filled so I have all that growing space, and then I can figure out the glass house. This is the end of the garden bed where I planted a whole mix of carrots, being Paris Market and Cosmic Purple, and mixed beetroots all in together. We have totally loved being able to come up and just dive in and not know what you're picking. It has been very nice. It is not the most productive way to sow for food, but it has been such a pleasure having it here and enjoying the mystery of what is going to come out of the ground. But the time has come. I've decided just to clear this all out. The leaves of the beetroot are now so big that they overshadow any of the carrot growth. So I'm going to clear the bed out and top dress it and get it ready to plant something else in here. I won't be wasting any of the carrots that are small. They are delicious little snacks, and I have been just slicing up larger vegetables and putting the smaller carrots and larger carrots all cut up into my cast iron pot and roasting them, and they have been absolutely delicious. A favorite has been putting some good quality beef sausages in on top and just roasting it with the lid on. It has been a winner in our house, and everyone enjoys all those mixed roast vegetables cooked in the meat juice. It is absolutely delicious. The purple carrots, I am going to try and sow another couple of rows, probably in the newest garden bed, because I think the end of autumn is the last time I can sow until spring again. So I really would like to try and get a few more rows in so that we can continue to pull these out of the ground. The beetroot is just beautiful, and we have really enjoyed that roasted. I'm not sure how else anybody else eats it. If you have a different way of eating it other than pickling, I guess, let me know in the comments, because I'd be really curious to know how people use their beetroot. And of course, the leaves are edible. I won't be eating any of the leaves because I have so much chard that I can pick from. I will either be adding it back to a garden bed or putting it in the compost bin, or if my neighbors' chooks would love that, then I will be handing it over to them. I think I sowed all of these in early February, it might have been. They have done really good. They've been quite productive, seeing they have had not very much space, and I'm pretty happy with the varieties that I have sown. They're just basic. Other than the cosmic purple carrots, they are now my favorite to sow, and I hope to be planting them for many years to come. They stay purple after cooking, and they have an orange center, so they really are quite beautiful to look at, even just raw or cooked. I'd be really interested if anybody else has grown them and what your experience was with them, and if you continue to grow them or it was not a good variety for you to sow. I found them quite easy to germinate and quite fast. So in the mix of Paris Market and these, I had way more of the cosmic purple that germinated. And with the abundant leaf growth of the carrots and the beetroot, I sort of thought that I might only have a few onions left. But when I dug around in the bit of topsoil, I found a lot more of the bulbs, missing the green leaves, so I will be planting them elsewhere. In a previous video, I showed that my broccoli bambino had started to grow a small head of broccoli at the top. I have since broke those off and it was delicious. I ate all 3 of them, and it has since signaled to the broccoli or the rest of the plant to now put out small green heads of broccoli that I am snacking on. It's my next favorite thing to snack on in the garden, and the taste of fresh broccoli out of the garden is like nothing else. The flavor is so strong and so delicious, so I'll be looking forward to snacking on that. I used up the last of my roasted wrinkled butternut pumpkin and made this soup. It's a basic roasted pumpkin soup. Here is the recipe if you would like to make it.